An accident at the Covey aluminum plant on Russellville Road leaves 2 injured.
And the high cost of winter weather, what one Kentucky agency reports. Next.
We've had beautiful weather across Bowling Green. I'll tell you what we're going to see for the next couple of days coming up.
The Corvette Museum sinkhole could be an exhibit on its own.
You're watching News Channel 12 for Tuesday, April 22nd.
This is News Channel 12 live at 6, where commitment makes the difference.
Good evening, I'm Frank Vespi.
And I'm Samira Assad. Thanks for joining us. Emergency officials responded to an accident at the Covey aluminum plant this afternoon that left 2 injured. The company reports 2 employees sustained severe burns on their legs after being sprayed by molten aluminum. Both were airlifted to Vanderbilt Hospital for further treatment. A plant spokesman said an internal investigation is currently underway.
This past winter was a pricey one for the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet. The cabinet spent more than $68 million on the removal of ice and snow. That's 1.5 times more than the typical cost of a Kentucky winter. The agency spread more than 438,000 tons of salt to keep roads clear, almost double the amount used during the winter the year before. Officials are investigating Kentucky gas prices after receiving complaints from consumers. The Federal Trade Commission is looking into Marathon Oil, the state's only supplier of gasoline. Spokeswoman Allison Martin says Attorney General Jack Conway and Governor Steve Beshear turned over its data from a study to the commission. Martin notes despite public outcry over the past few years, the state's sudden price hikes don't qualify as price gouging that can be acted on during a statewide emergency.
The infamous sinkhole that swallowed 8 Corvettes here in Bowling Green may become a permanent exhibit at the Corvette Museum. Experts from WKU say it's part of a cave system under the museum. The Corvette Museum plans to rebuild the floor and possibly preserve a part of the sinkhole to be seen by visitors. Since the collapse, the museum has reported a 56% increase in attendance. There are over 1,000 comic conventions that are held nationally, but reporter Diamond Davies gives us more on a comic convention a little closer to home.
So Comics is the first comic convention held in Bowling Green.
A lot of bigger cities, they have an event like this, and they have a lot of success. And for me, it seems like that's a lot of ways to travel, Louisville or Nashville. Why not bring something here that's big and local that we can do right here in Bowling Green as well?
There are 6 comic conventions held in Kentucky throughout the year, including Derby City Comic Con, Scarefest, and Fandom Fest.
I started exhibiting my work at various conventions in the bigger cities like Louisville and Lexington and Nashville. And I just, thought that Bowling Green really needed this kind of event. So I ran the idea by my partner, Courtney Davis, and we just kind of started planning for it.
When you hear the word comic convention, you often think of Batman and Superman, but So Comics shows that that's not what it's about.
They find out that there's just more to art than being in a gallery or being in a museum. Art is everywhere around us every day, and this is probably one of the best ways for us to enjoy it because it's combined with things we love.
The expo focused on Kentucky talent in art, music, comic creation, and filmmaking.
Exhibiting, like I said, is one of the best ways to get yourself out there and get noticed. So that's what we hope for these guys.
There's a lot of people out here that are very good artists that I didn't have any idea was there.
So Comics 2014 had nearly 200 attendees, which organizers say is progress enough to play next year's event.
2 WKU faculty members are making a splash on national television next month. Steve Husky and Chris Burns, seen pictured here, will be on the PBS program Nova, testing the bite force of sharks. Husky and Burn will be seen testing the bite force of multiple sharks in a variety of materials, including meat, bone, and surfboards. The program premieres May 7th on KET. And in the light of Earth Day, the Ecology Club is helping bring the first green roof to campus. Construction began on Monday at the Office of Sustainability, where the roof will be located. According to the Ecology Club, a green roof is made up of plants and greenery, which helps reduce energy usage, control water drainage, and simply looks nice. Ecology Club President Adam Edge says this roof will be a test run. Eventually, they hope the green roof idea spreads throughout campus.
Andrew Dockery now joins us with a first look at our forecast. Well, my allergies are definitely in full swing, so I guess that means that spring weather is finally here. Andrew, what can we expect for the rest of the week?
The allergies are still in full swing. Earth Day did not bring the rain that we need for those allergy people. 72 is where we currently stand. Winds are out of the northwest at 9 miles per hour. Looking around the region, currently 72 in Bowling Green, 72 also in London and Paducah. Work your way down to the south, 75 in Nashville, and then cooler to the north, 60s up in Bloomington and Cincinnati. Around the region, 75 in Nashville, 72 in Louisville, 56 in Indianapolis. A big temperature difference just as you head 2 hours north right there, and then a warm 79 in Little Rock. Your satellite and radar shows the cold front that did move across our area, bringing the clouds to decrease and more sun across our way. We'll see that trend continue as we move through the next couple of days. Coming up in weather, I'll talk about a slight cool down we'll see, the rain chances for the allergy people, and your 5-day outlook. Back to you all.
Thanks, Andrew. A 16-year-old California boy was found in Hawaii. How he stowed away is going to surprise you.
And an update about the Korean ferry that sank last week. We'll have the latest coming up. A new powdered alcohol product has hit a hiccup in getting to the market. Federal authorities say they have reversed the decision to allow the powdered alcohol product, Palcohol, on store shelves. The company responsible for manufacturing Palcohol says the reason for the retraction was concerned with the amount of powder in the packets. They say they'll resubmit the product for approval. If approved, Palcohol will be the first powdered alcohol product allowed in the U.S. Palcohol is available only to those of legal drinking age. A Louisville resident is filing a lawsuit challenging the residency of a Republican candidate attempting to unseat Democratic State Representative Tom Birch. James Stamerman claimed in his suit that candidate Brian Kruger doesn't live in the district. Stamerman filed the suit yesterday in Jefferson Circuit Court, asking the judges to remove Kruger's name from the ballot. Kruger didn't immediately respond to comment on the issue. Tom Birch has represented the district since the 1970s.
A 16-year-old boy hitched a ride from California to Hawaii in a plane's landing gear or well wheel. The boy told investigators he lost consciousness when the plane took off from San Jose. He says he came to after it landed in Hawaii. Between oxygen depletion and the cold, most people would not survive the 5-hour flight. The FBI says the boy did not pose a threat. Nearly 200 people are still missing after a ferry sank off the coast of South Korea. Andrew Spencer reports the question now becomes, could anyone have survived a week inside the sunken ship?
As crews recovered more bodies, the death toll rose steadily Tuesday morning to more than 100, a grim milestone for divers for whom the search has been incredibly difficult.
It's not only is it dark, but there's a lot of sediment and stuff getting moved around. So, it's almost like a sand cloud where you can't see, your hand right in front of your face.
The conditions are so bad, my heart aches. We're going in thinking there may be survivors. When we have to come back with nothing, we can't even face the families.
More than 6 days after the ferry started to list, capsize, then sink off the coast of South Korea, divers face the possibility that even with potential air pockets, there may not be anyone left alive.
I sort of thought it was right around the 3 to 4 day mark, and once you get past that, probably not.
It's a function of how big the compartment was and how much air is in it. Sooner or later, you're going to run out of air.
But rescuers refuse to give up hope.
I believe that there is a possibility that there's still people down there. I was a rescue swimmer in the Navy, and we fight to try and make sure that person's alive, even if we're told that it's the likely chances. And
7 crew members have been arrested in connection with the boat sinking. The ferry captain faces several charges. The company operating the ferry addressed the families in an apology posted on its website. It reads in part, "We prostrate ourselves before the victims' families and beg for forgiveness. We pray with all our hearts that there will be survivors. We beg for forgiveness from the victims' families and pray for the dead." I'm Andrew Spencer reporting.
So far, 174 people have been rescued.
We have wind, heat, pollen, and what looks like summer weather. Andrew Dockery has the latest with our forecast next. Well, like I said, my allergies are in full swing with all this pollen in the air. So do you think we're going to get any rain sometime soon to kind of wash that out and help me out a little?
We are going to get rain, and that will help people with allergies, and that's one thing we're going to look at. But for today, today's almanac even shows how close we weren't to the rain then that almanac shows that we were at 76 for a high, 4 above our normal. Our low was at 62 degrees. This heat and sunshine is not helping. Those allergies are not helping the people that are affected by that in the pollen. We need the rain to come through. We didn't pick up any today. We're over 3 inches on your monthly total. We're currently 72 degrees in Bowling Green. The dew point is at 40 degrees. It feels like 72 because of the low humidity values at 31%. Those winds are out of the northwest at 9 miles per hour, and that pressure is stable. High pressure will move in and start to rise, especially over the next couple of days. 76 was today's highs in Memphis, 91 in San Antonio, 60s as you work your way to Kansas City and Chicago, and then cooler as you work your way off to the west coast, 62 in Boise and 53 in Seattle. We're going to keep watching today's highs trends as we are expecting the cool down. The cold front did pass through. That's why we have 66 degrees in Asheville, 83 in Columbia because it didn't hit them by the time their high temperature came through, and 78 just to the south in Nashville. A tight temperature gradient between Louisville and Indianapolis, a separation of 15 degrees just due to that. Currently around the region it is 75 in Nashville, 72 in Louisville, a cool 56 in Indianapolis, and warmer weather as you work your way out to Little Rock and Jackson, Mississippi. We're going to be watching the 24-hour temperature change because we're expecting clear skies tonight. With those clear skies, the clouds aren't going to be able to heat and keep the heat in. Therefore, it's going to be a cooler night. We are going to expect sometimes to be 8 degrees cooler, maybe 10 compared. We'll have to look at that overnight hours to see how much temperatures drop. The cold front did push through the area, bringing plenty of sunshine, and now the high pressure is settled and will work its way, giving us a pleasant Wednesday and Thursday before the rain arrives Thursday night. Clear skies after the rain moved through to our east this morning, and that has caused warmer conditions. Those pollen, people, the allergies, it's all still in the air. We need one solid rain system to wash us out, and I think we're going to see that. And the cold front for your 36-hour forecast is showing the cold front moving off. It's going to bring clear skies, high pressure for our region. That high pressure will stay for Wednesday and into Thursday. However, we are going to see sunny skies for Wednesday and Thursday, and then that rain moves in Thursday night. That's the only time I can honestly see the pollen falling out to where the allergies aren't around here in WKU or most of the state for that matter. For tonight, 42 degrees. It'll be clear skies, a cool night with winds out of the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for tomorrow, we're going to see 67 degrees, clear skies, beautiful conditions, and winds will be out of the north-northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. I'll tell you what we can expect for your next 5 days coming up. Back to you all.
Thank you, Andrew. Every year in Bowling Green, we have a team compete for a spot in a Little League World Series. News Channel 12 reporter Dylan Evans takes a swing at how Little Leaguers round the bases while learning life lessons.
With spring taking full effect, Little League Baseball is sprinting out of the batter's box for summer baseball. It's not only the kids who enjoy the game, but the adults as well.
Gives me the ability to give something back a little bit of what I enjoyed back to the kids. That way they can have the same enjoyments that I had when I was a child.
Bob Montgomery does it for that. Head coach and father Chris Deglow wants to teach kids fundamentals and possibly throw them a curveball in the form of life lessons.
That it's not just about them. I mean, there's responsibility. Every play you have to have something to do to help your teammates out. It's integral that they understand that it's not, that you can't play 1 against 9. This game's confidence. It's all about confidence. If they think they can do it, they can. If they don't think they can do it, they certainly won't. You try to find one thing that the kid's doing well and try to stay positive, and you try to give so many more positives than any negatives.
Deglow attributes a strong work ethic to help the kids build on the positives that they will carry with them throughout their life.
It's evident. When you're out here practicing, you're doing the right things, you're going to succeed. You're going to have fun, and that easily rolls over into any part of life. The more effort you put into it, the more you're going to achieve.
Reporting for News Channel 12, I'm Dylan Evans.
Bowling Green East Little League will continue their season throughout the month of May, with postseason play beginning at the end of June. And if you like that story, David Holloway is here with the Preview Sports. What have you got for us in this wild, wacky world of sports, David?
Well, Frank, I'll tell you this. I got a recap of all the action from both baseball and softball, and plus look at a lady topper who's brought some very valuable experience to WKU. More on that coming up. The annual red versus white game concluded the spring football season this past Saturday. The red team took the contest that pinned the teammates against each other, with senior quarterback Brandon Dowdy leading the way. Dowdy threw for 365 yards in one half of action, along with 4 touchdowns. In total, the offense racked up 831 yards combined, as the final score was 58-10. The Tops kick off their regular season opener at home on August 29th against Bowling Green State. The WKU softball team returns home after a weekend series against the Bobcats of Texas State. Star pitcher Emily Rousseau took the first game against the Cats, sending 5 batters back to the dugout, allowing 5 hits, leading to a 1-0 shutout. In the second bout, freshman sensation Hannah Minyard dialed up 8 Ks, along with Shauna Sadler and her 3 hits and 2 RBIs, and a Presley Cruz round tripper. The Bobcats wouldn't take those losses lightly, taking the final game by a score of 11-2. The Lady Tops are currently taking on in-state rival Kentucky at the WKU softball complex. Now, few people know that the Lady Toppers have some national championship experience in their dugout. I dug deep to learn more about their secret weapon in the bullpen. When batters hear that name over the loudspeaker, they know they're in trouble. But Jana Sheff's career didn't start at WKU.
I first started off at Chattanooga State Community College in Tennessee, and I was there for a year and a half, and I transferred here halfway fall of my sophomore year.
2 years ago, Jana accomplished a goal set by athletes everywhere: to win a national championship at her former school.
We set goals at the beginning of the year to accomplish, and those were one of them. So, you know, of course, winning a national championship beside itself was awesome. And
in the game of baseball or softball, when the starting pitcher needs a break, the coach makes the call. Over here to the bullpen, where the reliever is warmed up, ready to go. Although head coach Amy Tudor didn't recruit Jana, she has seen great qualities in the young pitcher.
I think she brings a lot to this team. I feel like she, you know, is the one pitcher on staff that throws the ball down, and that provides a different look for us. And I think she's a good teammate, and she's competitive, and that she can make adjustments.
But Jana didn't achieve her success on the hill alone. Star pitcher Emily Rousseau has played a big role as her mentor on the mound.
our relationship as friends has grown since I've come here, and now we're roommates, so she helps me out a lot, and the fact that she's a pitcher is just a plus, so it's pretty great.
Jana pitched 2 1/3 innings of no-run ball last week against Middle Tennessee and a 5-game one-hitter against Mississippi Valley. Now the Western Kentucky baseball team took its weekend series against South Alabama at home 2-1. After losing the first game on Friday 13-10, the men's bounced back with a 7-2 win on Saturday afternoon and ended their series with a clincher on Sunday 6-3. Following that weekend, the Hilltoppers sit at 9-9 in the conference with 12 league games remaining. That's good enough for a tie for number 4 in the conference. The Tops are now in action right now against Louisville, and it is currently 0-0 in the bottom of the 5th inning against the Cardinals. Now for more local national sports, tune in Thursday at 6 p.m. for The Extra Point. Over back to you, Frank and Samira.
Thanks, David. Well, 2 WKU alums have taken to the web to promote businesses. Adam Mayer reports on this tech innovation.
And Andrew Dockery joins us with our 7-day outlook. What can we expect from this Kentucky weather? Stick around. 2 recent WKU graduates are finding new ways to promote businesses through social media. Reporter Adam Mayer got the opportunity to sit down with the partners of Hangout Creative to see just what goes into promoting local businesses.
Joel Nivens and Blake Blackburn graduated from WKU in 2011 and 2012 respectively. Unlike most other college graduates, instead of looking for a job working for someone else, they're working for themselves. Blackburn and Nivens started their company, Hangout Creative, in the summer of 2012 with the goal of promoting small businesses on social media.
Well, I wanted to help out small businesses. I feel like social media has it in digital marketing. It's a low cost, there's a low barrier to entry. So I want to take my knowledge and apply it to every small business that wants to partner with me.
Before starting their business, Blackburn and Nivens had been friends since freshman year of college, and both say they knew this was a perfect fit. Blackburn says he focuses more on the creative side, while Nivens focuses on the business administration side.
go way out and he brings me back to reality. So there's a good balance there. And, I don't think it's like yin and yang. I don't think one could work without the other.
But I knew starting out what he thought it would be. And then there became a point for both of us when he almost moved to Lexington. And then after that, he kind of realized this is what I want to do for them.
Blackburn and Evans say success does not come overnight, but that shouldn't stop anyone from taking the first step. Reporting for News Channel 12, I'm Adam Mayer.
Hangout Creative now has over 20 clients in Bowling Green and other cities in Kentucky, as well as other surrounding states. Andrew Dockery now joins us for our final look at weather.
Yeah, 5-day, it's going to be beautiful out there. We're going to see rain move in on Wednesday and Saturday. That pollen count is starting to go down. If you take a look at our 5-day outlook, you can exactly see how those temperatures are going to feel. For tomorrow, it's going to be 67 degrees. It's going to be a clear day. For Wednesday, 67, 42 for a low, a cool low with clear skies. By Thursday, we do see a decent shot of rain chances, 79 degrees with 55 for a low, 76 and a beautiful day for Friday, sunny skies and a 51 degrees for a low. And for Saturday, we're looking at 75 degrees, a pleasant day for you to get outside, relax, and enjoy a picnic or whatever you need to do with those sunny conditions before that rain comes in on Sunday. So for our pollen people, allergy people, I've been hearing it all across campus. That's one thing we have to deal with. Hopefully by Wednesday or Sunday, we may be able to be allergy-free for at least a while.
Thank goodness, because these allergies are driving me absolutely insane.
Oh man, all this talk about allergies. Now I'm getting these allergies.
And I think at this point everybody's getting allergies. I hear it left and right through classes, professors. It's one thing. However, for sports, we're looking at Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, Friday and Saturday, WKU takes on Arkansas Little Rock at the Knicks, so we're just hoping for some good weather to keep that game going.
And I think I could promise the good weather, and for those allergy levers, we're going to see the allergies, the congestion, the headaches, the eyes. Everyone wakes up with a sore throat. Hopefully by Wednesday or Sunday. I'm making promises.
It'll just be brutal if those fans have to sit through that ball game with their stuffy noses and all that stuff in their pockets full of tissues and all that. That would be tough to watch a ball game, believe me.
That is going to be tough, and one thing is hopefully we can stay rain-free for Sunday before they can continue that series.
Yep.
Thank goodness. Well, it looks like that's all the time we have tonight. Thanks for making News Channel 12 your source for news.
Have a good night.